Dear learners, welcome to the today's session on life positions. The objectives covered in this session are to develop the basic understanding of the concept of life positions, to know about how understanding the life positions can help bring attitude change. Learners, the concept of life position is one of the basic ideas from transactional analysis theory. Eric Berne was the propounder of the theory of transactional analysis. People interact with each other. There are social transactions going on in the form of stimuli and responses. The analysis of the various behavioral attributes going on in the process of give and take of the stimuli and responses is known as transactional analysis. The Transactional Analysis Association defines transactional analysis as a theory of personality and a systematic psychotherapy for personal growth and personal change. Transactional analysis is comprised of various concepts like Johari window, ego states, life scripts, life position. Among these, I am taking in this session the concept of life positions was originally described by Eric Berne in an article entitled Classification of Positions. The life positions refers to the specific pattern of thoughts, emotions and behaviors towards self and others that an individual learns on the basis of certain assumptions made very early in life, that is during the first few years of life. Life positions are thus the psychological positions which delineate the basic belief about self and others, which are used to justify decisions and behaviors. The psychological positions taken about oneself and about others fit into the four basic patterns, and these patterns are called life positions. Learners, before going into the detail of these four positions, through the conceptual model of life positions, Eric Berne described how the decisions about ourselves, our world and our relationships with others are crystallized during our first 5 years of life. These decisions are based on the pattern of strokes which we receive from our parents and primary caregivers. A stroke is a unit of recognition wherein one person acknowledges another person by way of act or speech. Strokes give acknowledgement that the other person exists. Strokes are important forms of contact that help us connect with each other and feel alive. A stroke which makes you feel good is a positive stroke. For instance, a genuine compliment, a pat on the back, a smile or a hug are all positive strokes. However, contrary to it, if we receive a furious gesture, this is a negative stroke. Finding faults in others means giving negative strokes. Throughout life, the communication related to the nature of strokes develops our personality, informs our sense of self-worth, and defines our beliefs in ourselves, the world, and others. Depending on the types of strokes that we receive before adulthood, end up in one of four life positions as defined in the transactional analysis. Or it can be said that the decision made as an outcome of the strokes lead to our acceptance of one of four basic existential psychological life positions, which then determines our patterns of thoughts, emotions and behavior. Our early existential decisions are reinforced by the verbal and non-verbal messages that we continue to receive and perceive throughout our lives. This is the model representation of the four life positions. This figure shows the four quadrants wherein the upper left quadrant is I am okay, you are okay. The lower left quadrant is I am okay, you are not okay. The upper right quadrant is I am not okay, you are okay. The lower right quadrant is I am not okay, you are not okay. Eric Berne believed that all individuals are born I am okay, you are okay. However, based on their experiences in their immediate environment, the way they are taken care of in early years of their lives, they adapt to one of the four positions. The life positions are also represented with signs of plus and minus, that is I plus U plus in case of I am okay, you are okay. I plus U minus in case of I am okay, you are not okay. I minus U plus in case of I am not okay, you are okay. I minus U minus in case of I am not okay, you are not okay. Dear learners, once a person has decided on a particular life position, that will often remain fixed unless there is considerable effort put in to change the underlying beliefs and decisions. Since the transactional analysis is used as a tool for psychotherapy, so transactional analysis based psychotherapy is useful to bring awareness, explore, challenge and change an ineffective life script. This is based on a very powerful belief that since we were the original creators of our own script, we have the power to change it. Isn't it powerful to say? We are the creators of our own destiny. Now, I shall explain one by one each of the four life positions. The first one is I am okay, you are okay. This life position shows that an individual has several okay experiences with others. This means an individual encountered no severe problems or issues with others in his childhood and had a normal relationship with them. A person who had a reasonably healthy and loving childhood may hold the life position of I am okay, you are okay. This means that the person feels good about self and others. The person is able to trust others and has a positive attitude towards life. So, this position is characterized by an attitude of openness and of honesty and trust. People occupying this position are collaborative, who accept themselves and others, and they are optimistic, balanced and mindful. Among the three egos, namely parent ego, adult ego and child ego, this life position represents adult ego of a person. In context of the work environment, managers with this life position, that is I am okay, you are okay, believe doing work through the participation of others. They are competent and confident in taking decisions and allow others to participate in the decision making processes. They perform their work through the delegation of authority as they trust others and believe in the competence of others too. They express freely what they want to express as they do not work under fear. They are fully confident of what they are doing. So, this was all about the life position I am okay, you are okay. Now, the next life position is I am okay, you are not okay. Here, in this life position, an individual believes that he is right and all the others around him are wrong, and as a result put blame on others for anything that goes wrong. This life position is created when an individual was too much ignored when he was a child. Among the three ego states, such an individual possesses the rebellious child ego. This position involves those who are self-styled superiors, means they consider themselves as being someone who are always okay, and consider others as inferior to them and scapegoat others in the blaming process, considering others in a perception of a belief that they are not okay. This happens usually when in younger age individuals are subjected to abuse or severe neglect. As they grow up, they often feel angry and slip into this life position of I am okay, you are not okay. I am okay, you are not okay is primarily a defensive position where the underlying sense of not okay leads to blaming others. The individuals react to others with rage and frustration and prefer to get rid of others. In a work environment, managers with this life position tend to assume that their given position makes them better than others, and as such others are not okay. Now, the next life position is I am not okay, you are okay. In this life position, I am not okay, you are okay, a person feels he is not good, but the others are good and better than him. He compares himself with others and finds himself inferior to them. This happens when, as a child, the person has been subjected to constant reprimands, rejection, unnecessary punishment, and blaming by parents. He may not have felt loved, or so did things to get the love and approval from his parents. Individuals with this life position feel the constant need to be recognized and loved by others. They do things to gain others' approval and show compliance to the demands of others. The life position of I am not okay, you are okay is regarded as the depressive position. Position indicates an acceptance of others and not of oneself. The feelings of sadness, inadequacy, stupidity, and a sense of being incompetent. Managers holding this position tend to undervalue their skills and expertise and therefore avoid facing difficult situations and problems. Managers with this life position are usually not good managers. They do not perform well. They usually have an erratic behavior, feel guilty for their acts, and often use excuses to act against others. Now, the fourth life position. I am not okay, you are not okay. This life position is created by those who lack interest in living. They feel life is not worth living and are the ones who have been neglected by their parents in their childhood. This is a position of hopelessness, futility, and frustration. Person holding this position exhibit eccentric behavior and in extreme cases may commit suicide or homicide. Managers with this life position do not believe in themselves and others. They make mistakes in work, do not make proper decisions, and also do not believe in decisions made by others. Dear learners, one of these life positions dominates every person at a point of time. The optimum position is I am okay, you are okay, where a person believes in himself and others. It represents a psychologically mature state of mind. This position can be achieved through education, and managers should try to reach this stage through training and development programs. The worst case is of those who slip into the life position of I am not okay, you are not okay. This results from abandonment or circumstances that were really difficult, and the individual loses complete hope in life. and the individual loses complete hope in life. They experience a sense of futility and adopt an attitude of get nowhere. There is a total breakdown of trust with others and the environment. They often land up losing their minds or committing suicide. Now, let us take the understanding of the life positions can help to bring in the desired attitude change. The positive premises of Dr. Bernays' transactional analysis philosophy is that people decide their destiny and they have the ability to redecide. Since we cannot change our past, but we can change things in the present, and by changing things in the present, we can heal our past. Before moving on to the attitude change, we need to understand its meaning first. What is attitude? Attitude is a predisposition or tendency to respond positively or negatively towards a certain ideas, person, or situation. A positive attitude towards life is key to success and happiness. Positive attitude helps to give courage to face and sustain in life situations which are not so favorable. The presence of varying degrees of positive thinking in individuals is one of the reasons for the varying capacities of handling the pressing situations of life. Responding positively or negatively towards something is based on person's feelings, values and beliefs. Feelings are innate and learned emotions. Beliefs are our views about the world, life, others and self. And values are the guiding principles with which we lead our lives. Feeling, beliefs and values influence our behavior and constitute the elements of our personality. Attitude is thus something complex and is acquired through one's past and present experiences. However, attitude change is possible with awareness. How can we work on attitude change? In case of people with the life position of I am not okay, you are okay, one can adopt certain actions. What are those actions? One can seek positive and nurturing relationships. So for this, one can associate with friends who are genuine and caring. One can learn to ask for help, learn to appreciate self. One can practice positive affirmations, which in turn will enable one to hold positive thoughts. Those with the life position of I am okay, you are not okay. In such cases, the actions which are required to bring attitude change are like one should introspect and try to find out the source of anger. Needs to choose a confidant or a professional to guide. One should start by trusting few people, learn to relax and breathe and practice mindful meditation. Individuals with the life position of I am not okay, you are not okay. The different actions which can help change are like seek professional help, identify the source of the problem and bring awareness to what is needed right now. Start with one person, one good friend is enough. Practice conscious living. Practice yoga, particularly yogic asanas, pranayam and meditation under guidance of some experts. Dear learners, some of the final takes on this lecture are: the life positions are about individual developing his identity, sense of birth and perception about others during childhood and believing it to be true. Subsequent experiences in life strengthen these life positions and they become the windows through which one looks at the world and others. Positive beliefs and values through the growing up years strengthen the life position of I am okay, you are okay. Negative and limiting beliefs and values will move the person towards the other three unhealthy positions. The most desired position which needs to be encouraged is I am okay, you are okay. Dear learners, this is all on this session of life positions. Thank you. On this session